Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom08, and this is episode 45 of my Billionaire Minecraft series, where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack in modded Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I'm going to be building an emmy system that will collect all of the iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds that my ore processing base has created, and basically put them under one roof, or have access to them under one roof. And then I'm going to compress them and get them ready for shipping. So I'm going to do that because I want to ship all of these items back by rail to my main base. And obviously I could do this very simply through using something like ender chests, or I could just simply pick up the black hole units that I have with the iron ingots, gold ingots, etc. and just carry that back to my main base. But I figured I'd do something a little more interesting. And so this is what I've chosen, so let's get started. So first off, I have built this new building here, and it is comprised of compressed emeralds, diamonds, gold, and iron. And I think it looks kind of neat in a weird, trippy way. But I'm going to be using this building to kind of collect everything under this roof. So first off, I want to build an emmy system. So I have a modular storage unit with me that has a bunch of emmy system stuff. So let's start grabbing things out of this. So we'll need a terminal, a drive, we're going to need some storage buses, and we're going to need a controller and a lot of cables. I will need the export buses later. Let's actually just grab it now, and let's grab all of the cables here, because I'm going to need plenty of these things. And then also I want to grab, I have the storage buses, oops. So I will also need to grab some ultimate universal cable, because this system will need to have power. So let me figure out which way I want to have this system oriented. And I think I'm going to have it somewhere along this back wall here. So let's start by putting down the emmy drive and then a couple of the storage cells if I have them. So let's throw these in here. Hopefully these won't really be necessary, but I will have them just in case. And then let's do white covered cable with the emmy terminal. So now I need to put the controller down below, and I think I'm just going to very simply place a controller just kind of vertically here. And I'm going to have 3 blocks. I might change that in the future, but for right now that's going to be fine. So I do need to get this thing power, so let's punch a hole in this wall here, and that looks good. So let's bring this energy cable over. And I'm just going to run it something like this. And actually I went one too far apparently. So I want to run it right through here. So if you'll notice, I do have several pickaxes at my disposal. And right now I'm using the one that is insanely too fast. So that's kind of a problem at times. So you know what? I've decided I want my controller up above. So yeah, I'm just going to move that up above. And we can run it something like that. I think will work just fine. So it's a little more accessible, and I don't have to run energy conduit down or anything. So actually let's leave that hole open, and let's actually leave this one open, because I want to actually connect storage buses to all of the various black hole units I have, or some of the various black hole units I have around. So say like this one, for example, this gold ingots one. So what I'm going to do is let's punch a hole in this wall, and then I'm actually going to run cables underground. So the reason why I brought my super fast pickaxe here is that I'm going to be doing a lot of tunneling today, and this thing is absolutely insanely quick. So let's figure out exactly where I want to run my cables underground. So let's actually just run underground cables through my ore processing base right here. And that should be fine, because I'm going to need access to basically all of the different buildings I have, except for my energy generation building here. So let's just do this. And the cool thing about this pickaxe, it also has basically silk touch. It is a tinker's creation. It's really, really nice. So let's actually toss a bunch of stuff we don't need, just because it's going to kind of cloud up my inventory here. And now that we have this good starting point, let's go ahead and connect up this first one. So obviously we're going to use storage bus down here, and then I'm going to set this to a positive priority. So basically this black hole unit will be accessible through 2 different emmy systems, this one and then the one I'm building currently. So let's go ahead and run some non-dense cable, some regular cable here, out to right here, and then I think right here I'm going to use dense cable. I don't think I super need to at this point because I'm only going to be carrying, I think, only connecting up to, I believe, 6 different storage buses or 6 different black hole units. So it's a little bit overkill to use this dense cable because I could use regular cable because that does support up to 8 channels. But it should be fine. I have plenty of this laying around, so it's no harm done. In the future, I might actually use the additional channels, but for right now, probably not so much. So I do want to connect this up to my emmy system here, and actually I probably went too far there. Yeah, that was dumb. So actually I need to get it over here, and that's going to use more than the 12 cables I left myself. And additionally, I'm going to have to rework this, I think, because this right here only will have 6 additional channels coming off of it because I use this white cover cable right here. So I might actually, yeah, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to do something like this, and it's a little bit wonky, but whatever. If I choose to make this look neat in the future, I can always get some facades for that, but for right now, I'm not going to worry about it. And I actually don't have enough dense cables with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back to my main base and grab some more dense cables. And once I have those, I will be right back. I now have the amount of cables that I actually need. And I also did grab some facades. So I do want to make this look neat. I might as well. So I just need to add a facade right here and it should look just fine. So let's go ahead and continue here and run this down and around. So like I said, I just want to connect this up with the cable I already have laid down. And there we go. So I should have access now to all the gold ingots from that black hole unit. So let's go and check that that is true. And there we go. We do see those. So let's continue and let's start connecting up other ones. So I do have in this copper building, I have more gold. So if we duck in here, where's the gold? It might be in the... It's right over here. Okay, so I need to be able to get a storage bus on that. And so I'm going to do it from the other side, just like I did the one before. So let's start here. I might actually have to go down a little bit more because I think I'm going to run into some conduit here. No, I don't, actually. So that's cool. Kind of thought there'd be some energy conduit down here. So this is in the hallway here. So if I just run out to the... Nope, a little stutter there, that's fine. So if I run it out to here and then just run it straight over, I should be able to connect up with the cable over here. Okay, fantastic. So I'm actually going to use non-dense cable for this. So let's start throwing some stuff away because I have pretty full inventory here. And there's a lot of stuff I just don't need. So now that we have that all gone, let's go ahead and run the cable here. Basically just going to follow this trench that I just built here. And before I can actually connect this up, let's go ahead and put down the storage bus. And the other storage bus had a positive priority of 100 if I remember right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one to actually be a little bit less because this one also carries gold ingots. And so the other black hole unit will kind of be the destination if I were to throw more gold into the system, more gold ingots. However, yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. I'll just be pulling gold out of the system. I think that's the plan anyways. So that should be connected up, so we should see a little bit more gold. I think it was like 258 million before, or actually I'm probably wrong about that. I think it was 288 before. There we go. It actually just ticked over. So it was 288 million. Now it's 307 million. So we can see that that 19 million was added to the total. So that's cool. Let's go up here and start connecting up some of the other buildings. So this one also is processing gold at the moment. This facility is actually meant to process many different things. but gold being one of them. So is this the second? No, that's the first basement. Is there a second? There's a second basement in this building, but actually, we will need to access that because, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I just needed to open up exactly where the gold black hole unit was, because we're just going to simply run our conduit here in this room. So let's put that down, and I'm going to set this to a positive priority. However, I'm actually going to do this 2 below the first one, so that is a priority of 98. So let's start running our cable from this, and we're gonna have to go around this cable, but that's not a big deal. The reason why I chose white cable today is that I haven't used a whole lot of white cable before, and so it was likely to not interfere with the other colors that I have laying around. So let's actually get rid of that. And let's see where we come out here. So that's actually cool. It'll come out, what, directly, yeah, exactly where we need it. So cool. So I just need to seal this up. And voila, cool. So that's connected up. If we run over here now, it should tick over and it should add about 50 million to the total. And it looks like it already has. So as you can see, this facility has 358 million gold ingots. So that's really cool to see. It was a little bit hard to know exactly how many I had when it was in 3 separate black hole units. But now I can see through one terminal that I have 358 million of them. So let's worry about this one. What I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to shut off the sounds for the blocks here, because these machines are just rather loud. And let's see here. This is the Supreme Black Hole unit, so let's punch through right here. And we actually have very little distance to travel here to connect this one up. So that's actually really cool. So let's grab some white covered. Actually, let's do the storage bus first. And this one will be iron. And we're going to set this to a positive priority of 100 again. So let's get the non-dense cable here, and let's connect that up. So this one's super easy. It's right here. And that's connected up. Let's see if that is showing. It should show relatively quickly. And let's get some stone ready to cover that up when we... Yep, there we go. Iron ingots now available. So let's go ahead and cover this up. Might as well. And let's continue. So I think emeralds or diamonds, actually we can do either at this point. So let's come over here to the emerald building. And the emeralds are right here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a little bit of snake routing here. So let's, the storage bus will be, say, right here. And I'll have to go straight down with my conduit there. So let's set this up, positive 100 again. And we should just have to run this straight out and should be able to connect up pretty easily. And it's right there. So that is cool. So let's get our white covered cable here and run that like so. And so right here I'm going to place a facade to make it look as good as I can. And there we go. That should connect up in just a jiffy. Just so that I can get out here. Let's do that for the time being. And let's cover this up. Okay, so I'm not even going to check that. Let's move on to the next building, which would be the emerald building, which should be right here. Okay, so this one's actually a little bit deeper. Or sorry, this is the diamond building. So the diamonds are right here. I can do the bus from underneath. Oh, no, I can't. So I'm going to have to do it from the side. And so let's stick it right here. And positive priority of 100 again. And I think I'm just going to run it straight over. And then I'll run it down once I get like to the wall. So what I'm thinking is run it over. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm too low. That's right. So I need to run this up. So actually, yeah, it should be right there, and it is. So that is cool. I can just do something like that. And actually, I'm going to take this out real fast so that I can put a facade right here to make it look nice and tidy. And now let's kind of fix all the damage I've done to this right here. And I do want to turn sound back on. I might hold off on that though. So that should be good, and this should connect up relatively soon to the system. So let's cover this up. Let's jump up through the elevators, and let's see if we now have everything available right here at this terminal in this building. Cool, everything is available. So as you can see, I have plenty of iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds at this point. I actually am getting somewhat close on the emeralds. So the least amount of things that I have is the gold ingots at 358 million. However, I'm collecting something like 20 plus million per day. So my goal is actually rather close to being accomplished. The biggest portion of the goal is actually spent just getting to the void miner, the tier 8 void miner. But once I got there, I started accruing resources rather rapidly. So at some point in the future, I will go ahead and cover all this up, but I'm not going to worry about it today because the next thing I want to work on is actually compressing all of this stuff that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some sequential fabricators to do that. So let's grab the sequential fabricators and red prints and some flux linkage amplifiers. Let's get rid of some of the things that I don't need. Let's keep a stack of stone. I do need a little bit of covered cable at some point, but a lot of this other stuff I don't super need. I don't need the ore, so I'm just going to scrap it. And the slate, I don't need that. So let's set up a few little pods, and actually I think I'm going to work over here somewhere. So let's set up the first sequential fabricator. And so basically I need 4 different systems here. And the last one is, let me think how I want to do this. So I think what I'm going to do is input on the top and output to the backside. I'm going to do auto output enabled. And let me see here. So I want to look something up real fast. I will be back in a second. Okay, sorry about that, but I think I know what I want to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have input on the top, output to the backside here for several of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab my red print. I'm going to clear it by shift clicking away and then right clicking on this. And then I'm going to put this in my offhand and put down some sequential fabricators here. So I'm actually going to put down 3, and they're going to be around an imaginary block here. And let's do this a couple more times, or actually a few more times. So let's, and I might actually have to move these at some point because they're not going to be as centered as I would like in this room. So I think that will work okay. And right here, and right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use export buses here. And let's actually grab all of the different things here. And let's diamonds, emeralds, gold ingots, and iron ingots. So I should have acceleration cards over here. Do I have those? Yeah, I do. Okay, so let's set up the export buses, and they are going to be going into all of the different sequential fabricators here. Sequential fabricators basically are automatic crafting. So if I click on them, what I'm going to be doing with them is something like this. I'm going to be making blocks, and then I'm going to be compressing them further. But first, let's do diamonds on these 3 over here. Let's do emeralds here. And then, yeah, iron ingots here. I didn't actually mean to do iron. I meant to do gold, but that's fine. It doesn't super matter where they're at. It just matters that I have basically one system for each. And then these will be gold. So let's hook these up to the emmy system, and that will be done like so. So let's carry these straight up. I think I'm going to have a dense cable up above if I can. So let's do something like this. And I do need to connect this up to the emmy controller here. But the emmy controller is right here, so that's fine. Cool. And now let's connect up the rest of these guys. And And this is a little bit tricky here, but not too bad. Oh, whoops. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm holding shift. That way I don't accidentally click on the buses. Because, for example, if I click right here, it actually accesses the bus, even though I'm not clicking on the bus. Okay, so they all should be connected. I'm not sure if it will actually allow the exporting of things that aren't part of the recipe. So what I can do is that, and then things should start importing. So let's set all of the different various recipes here. So this will be emeralds. And then obviously I need to do the other two as well. And then we'll do iron. Iron ingots for these three. And then I need to give these sequential fabricators some power before they'll be able to do anything here. So these last few are for gold. Sorry about that. Okay, gold. And now I need to get these things power. So I have power over here. Do I want to just run that straight down? Yeah, might as well. So let's grab this. Let's run it straight down, and then actually I can't run it straight down from there because that cable's in the way. I can run it straight down from here. It won't look quite as good, but it'll be fine. And then I can simply run it this way. I will have a few more sequential fabricators here, so I'm not going to worry about the open spots I'm creating, because I'm actually going to be using the sequential fabricators right here as well. Oh my goodness, this is kind of a mess, but it's fine. Here and here, so I need that, I need that. Yeah, it's totally kind of a mess, but that's fine. It'll work. It doesn't have to be pretty. Okay, so last couple or last few here. So that, and that. So now I just need to connect that up to the cable over here. And in the future, I might try to clean this up a little bit, but for right now, it'll be fine. And by that, I mean like the red under here is just kind of off-putting to me. So I might clean that up in the future. Right now, I'm not worried about it. So let's cover up what we can here. And I think that'll be about fine. So these sequential fabricators have nowhere to put their blocks or anything. So what I want to do is I want to add 4 more sequential fabricators here, and we'll add them right here, and they need to be input, input, and input, and then they're going to be outputting to the top side, and they do need to be auto output. So let's go ahead and grab the red print here, because I do want to duplicate that. So let's right click on that, put it in the offhand, and set up the rest of the sequential fabricators. Okay, so this one's going to be just a little bit tricky to place down, but that should do it. And then I need to program these. So these, so what I'm going to do is this one will be gold blocks. It's going to compress gold blocks into double compressed gold blocks, essentially. This one is going to be, say, for the iron. And I'm actually running out of inventory space. Cool. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these. So this one will be emeralds. And I could compress these further and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I don't really feel like I need to. Maybe I will. We'll see. So there we go. That is for the diamonds here. So next, I want to actually upgrade these machines because, yeah, they're kind of slow, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is, for all of the machines, I'm going to add a resonance integral components, and then I'm also going to grab the flux linkage amplifiers. And for whatever reason, the shift clicking is not working. I wonder if it wants to put the items down here in the input slots rather than in the augment slots. I'm guessing that's what's going on, but anyways, this should speed up these machines considerably. It really does look like that is happening, so that's cool. And then after I get done with this, I have but one more thing to do, and that's storage. So rather than bore you with this, let's just move on to the next part of this. I can upgrade the rest of the machines later. I don't need to do that right now. So let's grab some Supreme Black Hole units, and I should have 4 of them over here. I actually have more than that. So what we're gonna do is place basically one on top of each of the sequential fabricators here, and then I do need to add storage buses here. So what I'm gonna do is storage bus here. I'm going to set this to a positive priority of 200, and I am going to set that to only hold the compressed block of gold, or whatever compressed block that is on this level here, or whatever it's connected to rather. So here's the last one. And there we go. So basically this emmy system will compress all of this stuff down into these blocks here. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these ones to be quicker later. I'm not going to worry about that right now. This is just basically kind of the system. And as you can see, it is compressing things rather kind of quickly. It could be going a little bit quicker. If I take a look over here, it looks like it's compressing them just about as fast as I'm making them, which it's going a little bit faster. It's compressing them a little bit faster than I'm making them, but I was hoping that maybe there would be a little bit bigger of a difference there. Let's see the emeralds. The emeralds actually looks like my production might be outpacing the compression, which is kind of crazy, but that's fine. I can always upgrade this system just by adding more to it at some point. I do have plenty of channels to work with, so that's not really a problem. So I think this is a good and completed system and a nice place to stop. So in today's episode, I built this system that gives me access to all of the iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds that I've been producing at my ore processing base. And then it also sends it to a system that will compress them into more easily movable pieces in these compressed blocks here, that I'm eventually going to set up a system to move them by rail to my main base. So that's kind of exciting. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to leave a like down below. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, just let me know down in the comments, as I do read all the comments. If you enjoy large-scale automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.